Hi, and welcome to On Demand Integration Summit 2020. Today, we're going to be exploring how to use Pear Deck in our lessons. Pear Deck is an add-on that we can use to make our slides interactive. And so I'll show you today. We're going to walk through some of the tools that Pear Deck has available for us and what that might look like and how to implement it into your classroom. So before we get started, let's go ahead, and if you've not already or if you've not tried Pear Deck before, let's get it added on. So at the very top of your screen, if you'll look for the words add-ons and click it. Come down to Get Add-on. When it populates, you'll see Pear Deck. You'll just click on it and it will work its magic. And once it's there, it'll appear each time that you open up a Google slide, it'll be an option for you there. So when you're working in your Google Slides, or if you drop in an already prepared Google slide or a PowerPoint, any of those things that you possibly already have can be converted to interactive slides. So, or you can just you can create new, however you would like. One of the good things about, or one of the tools that I like the most about Pear Deck is that I can choose to either have it be instructor-led or it can be student-led. Instructor-led means that I, as the teacher, am in control of the slides that the students see. And when I want to move to the next slide, then on my teacher end of it, I'll click and it'll advance to the next slide and it will move on their device. If I want to do it student-paced, then I can set it up. And so if they're working in a small group station, then they just have, and this is the Pear Deck station, then they'll work through at their own pace through the slides, and I'll be able to monitor and see how they're progressing from either my teacher table, looking on my device, or I can come back at the end of the class or end of the day and then do an overall of all of my students to kind of check in and see how everybody is doing on the current content that we're covering. So when you're working in Google Slides, you'll see that I just have it in the regular work mode. I don't have it in presentation, and I just have a couple of slides that I've dropped in here to show you some of the templates. But once you get Pear Deck added in, then you'll see it here and you'll click on Pear Deck. Once you click on it, then the magic starts. Over on the right-hand side, it will populate all the tools that you'll need to create interactive slides. And so just take your time and look through each one of them. It has a template library, and this is all free, and at the click of a button will be added into your slides. So we have lesson builders. We've got the beginning of a lesson, during a lesson, the end of a lesson, critical thinking, social and emotional learning, and then it breaks down by subject area. And there are lots of different tools in the content areas. So take your time and look through each one of those and see how you can apply those to your slides that you're using for your classroom. So I just dropped in a couple of them just for a quick reference to show you what they would look like. And so this is a beginning of the lesson slide, came right out of the templates. It says circle how you're feeling. And this could be a beginning of the lesson. It could be the middle or the end of the lesson. And if you'll look down there by the pair in the bottom left, it says students draw anywhere on this slide. So it's telling you that this is a draw slide, that we chose a draw application. The next one is another draw. And just to kind of let you know, but I will show you once we get to the student side, that when we are in draw, we've got the use of a pen, a highlighter, kids can type, they can, like a text, and they have a plethora of colors that they can pick from that may benefit us or not. But anyway, this particular one, it says draw or type 2 things you already know about today's topic, and then also let you know that all of the templates can be edited. So today, let's say we're looking at matter in science. You can change this as you need to. All right, so here's another template that's available. This is statement true or false. Here are the graphics. They're just showing you kind of some of the graphics that they have. This is under the primary area. And so the kids would just simply draw or circle on this slide too. They have diagrams that are ready to go. And again, if you'll look in the word bank, you can see that I typed in 2 words, but this is editable too. So you can change it and type in anything that you need here. A couple of more pictures to show you that what they have available. Here's a clock. So they'll take and draw the hour hand in blue and the minute hand in red, and to show you 1:30. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So know that just remember, when you click on Pear Deck, it'll populate over on the right. And these are all of your free tools that you can use. Let me go ahead and talk about that just a little bit before we get started. Right now, due to COVID, the teacher account is still free for 30 more days. So we have all of the tools available to us. But once that expires, our free version will include text where kids will type in an answer, multiple choice, and the use of numbers. You'll still be able to add audio to your slides. This is really quick and easy also. So if you have slides that you want to read or just read all of them if you want to, you can add an audio file to each one of your slides. And then there's several different tools that you have available for you here that you can click through. Okay, so how do I get started? What do I do? So I just have dropped in a couple of questions from STEM Scopes that it's plain, as you can see. And this, you can just kind of pretend like this is where you were getting started. And I'm just going to do a couple just to kind of show you for just time purposes of what we can do. So the very first one I did, I dropped in that first one, draw 2 things you already know about matter. I need to click on Pear Deck to bring my little working tools over here on the side. So here is my first question that I just have placed in here. Students place 3 spheres in a tank of water. Which of the following can be concluded based on the results? So I have 4 options that are here. So let's say I want to have them write in and tell me. So I'm going to choose text. So all I did was click on text, and you saw instantly applied. It tells me here that students will write your response, and if you'll come on down and look again, it'll tell you again some of the directions that the kids will be seeing for this one. And that's all it is to creating it, to making it interactive. Now, if I want to add audio, maybe I need to read this to the students. I'll come over here and just click audio, and up will pop a box, and you simply record from right here. You can move your box around, just grab it. Now it will stay grayed out, so if you have a hard time reading that or need to read everything that's on the screen, you may want to have an alternate copy of what you're recording. So you'll just hit record. And students place 3 spheres in a tank of water. Which of the following can be concluded based on the results? So you record what you want to read aloud to the students. You'll hit pause and save. And it will generate. Add audio to slide. And it'll give you a little audio included icon. And on the student side, on the bottom right-hand side, you'll see that you'll have a headset symbol showing you that that's what you click for students to listen. In just a moment, and I'll show you when we get to the student side what that looks like. All right, so for the next one, let's see what we want to do here. This particular one, multiple choice. So let's go ahead and click multiple choice over here on the right. It's 1 click and it populates. So you can type in whatever it is that you want in your boxes. I'm just going to do the letters. So again, this can be created as you need. So update slide. You won't see it here, but if you'll come down here at the bottom and see it, you'll see what your options are. And students choose an option. Okay, so let's pretend like we are ready. You want to add an end of lesson, see how they're doing? Let's look at one of our end of lessons. We could simply do the smiley face. Let's try this one. What's it say? This is a reflection. So what did you like? What did you not like? Was it easy? Was it hard? And you see that I didn't have to drag and move it around anywhere. It just simply populates itself over in my slides. Now that we have chosen an application to each one of our slides, we've decided that we want to make them interactive. We are ready to share with the students. So let me show you how easy that's going to be. Over here on the right, at the very top of the little tool panel, you'll see that it says Start Lesson. So click there. It will generate and ask you, what do you want to do? Do you want to make it student-paced or instructor-paced? And it also gives you a little disclaimer here that says you can change this later if you'd like. I'm going to go ahead and go instructor-paced today because I want to show you what it looks like on both sides. Because I already have a session going, that's why I'm seeing this view. You will not see this view. It'll simply take you to the page in which it's generating a code for you. So this is doing all of its little magic. Just give it a minute. Little couple of notes for us. Now, this is the code that you will share with the students. This is the code that will link to your slides that you have created and made them interactive. So it tells us here that you'll ask the kids to go to joinpd.com. You can put joinpd.com in Google Classroom or Schoology and they can link there. They will need this code to match to your slides that you have created. So I'm just going to copy paste that. I'm going to close that. And this is what the teacher view looks like. I'll come back to that in just a moment. I want to go ahead and show you what it looks like for our kids. So joinpd.com. I will enter the code and go. And when it opens, this is the student view. So at the top of your screen, you'll see Session Student. And then this one here is the one that we have for, that I as a teacher have created, and there's different tools for it here. But as a student, this is what they would see on their device. And down at the bottom, you'll see that it tells the students there are 4 slides, and they do not have options to move through the slides at all. You're in complete control in instructor mode to move the slides on their device. So, and again, this was the draw tool. Remember, we applied the draw, and the kids have pencil, highlighter, they can draw a line, whatever it is that or they can even type it if they want to. And here's our magic eraser. So you'll pick a color, kids will just can draw a shape for you, whatever it is that they have. Or they can even, if they choose text, they can type something in the boxes that you've got. And then they're done. They don't hit enter or anything. It will generate itself on your side. So you just teach the kids to stay right where they're at. Well, they can't do anything else at this point. They can undo, or I guess they could get rid of it and start over. It'll clear it, but there's nothing they can do to the slides. Okay, so on the teacher side, let me show you what this looks like. When you hover down below, you will see that you have your advancing arrows here that you can click on to go to the next slides. You can even write yourself notes as to kind of remind yourself, what do I want to say here? And then it lets you know that you're presenting. Get rid of my little ribbon. If I want to show responses, I can show responses. You'll click this and this will display. When you show responses, it is anonymous. It does not display the kids, but when you're looking at how the kids responded, you'll be able to see. You come to hover down below. Sometimes my name is here, but because I'm just the only student, I'm having a hard time finding my name. But you can lock screens, and you can even put in a new prompt. If there's something that kids have said, or they're not going in the direction that you're wanting them to go into, you can add a new prompt that's there. All right, so as the teacher, I'm ready to go to the next slide. I'll just click my arrow, and voila, here is my next slide. Now remember, we added audio to this. I wanted to show you what that sounds like. And so on the student side, when we click over, you'll see that it's already advanced to this. So here is the student side. Down below, give some instructions. Students, write your responses. Audio is included. Here is our little icon. And over on the bottom right are the headset images. So here you click here. And students place 3 spears and a tank of water, which is, so see, it was easy. It was a one-click adding audio. And then the kids will type their answer right here. They can type answer here. Okay. And then let me show you. On our side, when we come back over here, and I want to see how the kids are responding, then that's what they've said. Okay. So now, as a teacher, I want to go to the next slide, come over here and hit my button, and here's my next slide. You always have your code here. If you have someone that's coming in, you just need to give them the code to join. It's always displayed for you there. So let's go to the student side. You'll see that it's displayed. I'm not even reading this. I'm just going to show you that when the kids select, it tells me, oh, yep, you've answered it. You're ready to go. And go back to instructor. I can show responses. And then here it tells me how many have responded. Okay, and what they've chosen. And it's kind of hard to show you the differences, but also the kids, the names will populate on this side. But because I'm only one student, I'm one of one, it's not showing you that. But this is one place to look to see how many kids you still are waiting on. You know, how many students you have obviously in your classroom that day. You'll know how many are waiting to respond. Okay? And then when you're done with that, you can end your session at this particular place. So I encourage you to try Pear Deck. I think it'll make your slides fun, different, interactive. It's a quick way to, and you can end your session and name them. It's a quick way to gauge your classroom for understanding and just create a different feel to your lessons. So I hope you enjoy. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to the curriculum team. We are happy to come and help. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you've learned something new. I hope it has sparked some excitement and an interest in adding interactive slides to your already Google Slides or PowerPoints, or even if you're creating something new. I hope the summer finds you happy and healthy. And again, reach out to us if we can help you in any way. Have a great summer.